Mike. With the right turnout, runway 09, clear for takeoff, surface wind calm.
Clear takeoff 09, right turnout, Golf Alpha Mike. Okay, all good, T's and B's are fine.
Just a fairly short video today focusing on my attempts to land my Cessna 182.
Liverpool Tower, Jersey 7 Romeo Echo with you at just inside 6 miles, ILS 09.
Jersey 7 Romeo Echo, Liverpool Tower, Roger, runway 09, clear to land, surface wind calm, and circuit just becoming active right hand.
Roger, clear to land 09, Jersey 7 Romeo Echo.
So we're just airborne from runway 09 at Liverpool. My 182 had been out of action for 7 weeks whilst undergoing its annual.
Passing 300 feet, power back. Right turn.
It had been released by the engineers just the previous day, so the weather wasn't great. This was my chances to get airborne again, so I thought I would do just 3 circuits to stay current.
Golf Alpha Mike, downwind right hand 09, touch and go.
Golf Alpha Mike, Roger, report final number 2, follow number 1, ATR on a 2 mile final, caution rate turbulence, recommended distance 4 miles.
Report final number 2, Golf Alpha Mike. There he is. Yeah, there's a lot of low cloud over there. I don't think my Carnarvon trip would have worked. I'll slow down a little bit because of weight turbulence. He's down. Golf Alpha Mike, final 09.
Falcon 7, Roger, thank you. Golf Alpha Mike, runway 09, clear touch and go, surface wind calm.
Clear touch and go, 09, Golf Alpha Mike. Okay, full flaps, 65 knots. Box is fine, mixture is rich, 60 knots short final.
I've always found the 182 a fairly tricky aircraft to land, particularly when light as we are here, just 1 up and under half tanks of fuel. With full flap it gives a very flat approach, which means you, even with flaring, you end up in a horizontal attitude at touchdown, and it's tricky to ensure that the weight does go onto the mains. If you pull back any more and increase the angle of attack, you get airborne again, which is obviously not what you want. So I prepared these videos mainly to help me to refine my technique, and I thought they might be useful or interesting even to others. So here we go, first landing. And in slow motion now we can see we just get down on the right main first, followed by the nose wheel, and then the left main comes down. And that was a very gentle touchdown experience within the cockpit. When you apply go-around power in the landing configuration in the 182, it needs a very firm forward push on the yoke. In the trim position for a landing, you would otherwise get a very noticeable pitch up.
Happy with that touchdown, first one in 7 weeks, which means it's a big downhill from here. Golf Alpha Mike, downwind right hand 09, touch and go.
Golf Alpha Mike, report final number 1.
Report final number 1, Golf Alpha Mike.
Golf Charlie Golf, with a right turnout, runway 09, clear for takeoff, surface wind calm.
Right turnout, clear takeoff, Golf Charlie Golf. First stage of flap within limiting speed. Second stage of flap.
What I could have done is just leave it there at 2 stages of flap and not go to full flap.
Top going fine, mixture going full rich. Going full flap, trim back again. Golf Alpha Mike, final 09, touch and go.
Golf Alpha Mike, runway 09, clear touch and go, surface wind calm.
Clear touch and go 09, Golf Alpha Mike. Okay, 60 knots, full flat set, puppy's looking okay, although you shouldn't aim for them in a single engine. Pop is fine, mixture's fully rich. A little low now.
Final approach speed in the 182 is surprisingly low. You want to be crossing the threshold at no more than 60 knots. Much beyond that and you float for some distance. You can add 5 knots or so in gusty conditions, or if you are 3 or 4 people, but just one up and less than half tanks, you really need no more than 60.
Charlie Golf, contact Liverpool radar 119.850.
Radar 119.850, Golf Charlie Golf.
That one wasn't so good, very flat. You can see that the right main again gets down fractionally before the nose wheel, but the left is still flying at this point and it's just about to come down now. So full power applied, flaps coming up. As part of our final approach checks, we'd already gone prop to full fine and mixture to fully rich. Once again though, you do need a firm push forward on the yoke to counteract the pitch up tendency in landing trim.
For the right rudder and a lot of forward trim. Okay, powering back. Not as good as the first one. I think we knew that was going to happen, but it was alright. This one will be to land. Landing a lot further down the runway. Golf Alpha Mike, downwind right hand, 09 to land.
Golf Alpha Mike, Roger, is understood. Report final number 2, follow number 1, PA34 on a 3-mile final for a go round.
Report final number 2, Golf Alpha Mike.
Golf Alpha Mike, please, you mentioned traffic. Now 1.5 mile final, report and sight.
Visual now, Golf Alpha Mike.
Roger.
I have to turn there because I'm about to get into Capenhurst, which is a restricted area, so I'm now going to have to just slow it right down.
Over 3 for Tango, going around. Roger.
Golf Alpha Mike, final 09.
Golf Alpha Mike, runway 09, clear to land, surface wind, calm.
09, clear to land, Golf Alpha Mike. I want to land a lot further down the runway. The picture is really hard. I always struggle with this. So ideally we're looking to exit at Foxtrot, which is going to require touchdown point just a little bit before Echo.
So as I've already mentioned, when you're landing on 09 at Liverpool, the general aviation apron is at the far end of the runway, so you don't want to be landing anywhere near the numbers, which requires aiming for the midpoint or even slightly beyond. It's just a very weird landing picture, so I always find these landings more tricky, just harder to judge.
3 for Tango, contact Liverpool radar 119.850. Radar 119.850, radar 3 for Tango.
At this point everything looks good, we're maybe a foot above the runway, power's coming back, but that was a much firmer touchdown with a mild bounce just up a few inches. In slow motion we can see. Again, the nose did land after the mains, but only fractionally so, and being so light, there's enough energy in the system to put us airborne again.
Golf Alpha Mike, vacate after Foxtrot, taxi Kilo by Alpha.
After Foxtrot, taxi Kilo by Alpha, Golf Alpha Mike. Oh, as expected, there you got progressively worse. Officer K just takes 7 weeks off, doing every flight.
So there we have it, 3 landings done, enough for me to retain my currency after 7 weeks away from flying fixed wing. Landing's getting progressively worse. The only real learning that I can take from this is that when I'm light, it is best to land with no more than 2 stages of flap. That does give a slightly more nose up attitude and does generally make for slightly smoother touchdowns. But if you've got any comments, I'd be very grateful to receive them.